Hi friends, welcome to my channel Chic and Savvy, where we talk about all things relating to planning and budgeting. My name is Carissa and today we will be budgeting my paycheck for the first week of August. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we already set up our finance planner for August. Look at our little decorative items. So I am going to fill out my financial goals with my husband this weekend, but we both already know kind of what our goals are. So our goal is to continue to pay off debt. So we actually did pay off one big one, which is a really big deal for us. It took like all our money, but we paid off one big debt. And so now we're going to be working towards the credit cards. And that's going to be pretty much our goal for August, is to pay off one credit card and then to continue to pay down towards other ones. So we'll fill that out together. We have our bill calendar ready and our budget overview ready. If you want to see how I set this up, go ahead and watch my finance setup video for August. But today we are going to be focusing on payday 1. So that is right here in yellow. So we're going to go ahead and check that off. And we can cross that out. I usually cross out this way. I'm going to try to go this way this time. So let's go ahead and get out our sheets. Oops. So we're going to need our paycheck planner sheet and our cash breakdown sheet. And then actually we're going to take this off right now. Okay. It was my husband's paycheck for the 1st. So we're going to write that right here. And how my bill calendar works is the paychecks are all individually color coded. So paycheck 1 is in yellow. So any bill that you see in yellow is what we are going to use this paycheck to pay for. So I already kind of divvy out which bills are going to be paid with which paycheck to kind of make it balanced, and that way we're paying everything when we need to. So that way we can kind of save around the same amount each week. It's obviously different. But I don't like there to be more bills for one payday and not the other, so I kind of like to spread it out. But we are doing yellow for this paycheck, so all these in yellow are going to be on our budget for this week. So, like I said, it's my husband's paycheck. So we're going to write his income here. And we are budgeting $12.50 for this week. So I make these sheets myself on Canva, but there are a million sheets that you could use that follow this exact same pattern, or you can write it on a piece of paper. That also works, guys. But we have our income listed, and then the next area is fixed expenses. So fixed expenses are any expenses that you have during the month that are a fixed amount that either you pay automatically or that you need to pay. So this is any of our bills, your rent, your mortgage, your car payment, any debt, subscriptions. That's all a fixed expense. So for this week, we are going to list these ones highlighted in yellow. So that is our Verizon. So I did end up switching to my husband's phone plan. And because when you first switch on, there's all these different fees and startup stuff that you have to pay for. And we also increased some subscriptions on there because they do offer it for a discounted price, like Netflix and Hulu and such. So our bill definitely went up. We are saving money in the end. So this week or this month, this bill is a lot more than what it usually is going to be. So we are going to budget for $275. We do have both our phones that we still need to pay off. I thought my phone would be paid off when I switched over, but we got the news that it wasn't going to be. So we are just going to be budgeting for that. And then these two are debts. So this is the only bill that we have for this payroll or this paycheck. So that is $275. Let's go ahead and list the debt. So the debt is a fixed expense, but I like to keep it in a separate area so that way I can keep track. So we have my student loan. I currently don't pay anything on it right now, but I just like to have it on here. And then we have our travel credit card. So this is going to be getting $100. So before we weren't putting money towards this every month like this, we were just putting money in our extra debt envelope, but we kind of switched some things around. And so we're just gonna list it as $100 to pay towards it. And then once we pay off the Discover card that we're working towards, this will be our next item to pay off. So that is all of the debt that we're gonna be doing. So that's 100. So that takes care of all three of our bills. So this is good for now. We'll bring it back when we do our Saveopoly. So for variable spending, these are bills that you also have to pay for, but they can vary in amount because they're not fixed bills. So this is like your groceries, your gas, your spending money, your eating out money, anything like that. That is still an expense, but you can kind of manipulate the amounts. So we give my parents money every week of $250. We give our moms money, and that is $50. And then we are doing household this week because that gets stuffed once a month and I do it at the beginning. So that is getting $50. We have my husband's spending, and that gets $30. And then my spending, that gets $30. And then my self-care envelope, which I stuff once a month, is getting stuffed, and that gets $50. And then we have gas, which gets $50. Eating out gets its usual $30. Fun times gets $30. Donation gets $5. And my husband's lunches gets $30. So let's go ahead and add this up. So we have 250, 50, 50, 30, 30, 50, 50, 30, 35, and 30. That is way too much. I think I did something here. So let's try it again. 250, 100, 60, 100, 60, 5, 30. Yes, 605. So we have 605 going towards our variable expenses. So now that we have everything written for all of our bills, we can now determine how much we're going to have for savings. So what we'll do is take our income. We're going to subtract our fixed expenses, our variable expenses, and our debt. So that leaves us with $270 that we have to put towards our sinking funds and our savings challenges. So let me go ahead and write all of these out. So these are the categories we're going to be saving for this week. And that's kind of already predetermined by me and my husband and how we want to split up saving for certain things. So let's go ahead and roll for Saveopoly. So we are currently in jail. Hopefully you guys can see this. And we need to roll to see where we're going to go next. So let's go ahead and take a look. Ooh, we hit 12. So we are currently here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got community chest. So that is $20 this week. That's 12, right? Yes. So we are currently at Community Chest, and I get this from the LittleBirdieCanada. It's a super fun game. You save for the entire year, and we are currently going to use the money that we're saving from this for our Christmas fund. So this week we're doing 20, and so we will put that right here. Perfect. So let's get our calculator back. And we're going to subtract 20. So we have $250 left. So let's do 5 in checking cushion. Let's do future family, we'll do 5. Car maintenance, we'll do 10. Our savings challenge, we'll do 10. Monthly, we'll do 5. And I gotta show you guys the new monthly challenge, so we'll do that at the end. Subscriptions, we'll do 10. Buffer, we'll do 5. And then the rest of these we'll do 5. So 5 for gifts, holidays, travel, and Christmas. So that's 20. So we have 180 left. We're gonna go ahead and put that 180. Let's do 175 in extra debt. So we have 5 left over, and let's keep that in our checking account in case we need it for any bills that might be over. So I think that's good. So this was 270, and so this is going to be 265 because we have $5 left over. So for this extra debt, we are really trying to pay off the slowest credit card that we have, which is our Discover credit card. It's $500, so we're gonna try to pay that off by the end of this month, and that's where this extra debt is gonna go. Okay, so we have everything ready to go. So now we can do our cash envelope breakdown. So we use this sheet to determine what we're gonna pull from the bank. So let me go ahead and write out all of our categories plus our wallet categories, and then we'll go ahead and do the breakdown together. Okay, we have everything listed here and broken down. I accidentally wrote extra debt here, so I totally forgot. We already spent this extra debt because we paid off that bill that we had, and we actually were short. So we took that money that we were already budgeting for to pay it towards that debt. So I just need to repay myself back for that. So we're gonna have that money stay in our account, and we're not gonna cash stuff it. So we have all that listed here. So all of these are my wallet categories, and then all of these are going into our sinking funds binders. And so first is my spending. So I give myself 30, but we only put 10 in my wallet. So we're gonna do a $10 bill. Self-care is going to get 2 20s and a 10. Household is also gonna get 2 20s and a 10. Eating out, it's getting its usual 30, so we'll do a 20 and a 10. Fun times is also gonna get a 20 and a 10. Donations is gonna get 5. Future family is going to get, let's actually move that all the way over, is going to get 5. Car maintenance is gonna get 10. Savings is gonna get 10. Saveopoly is gonna get a $20 bill. Monthly and buffer are both gonna get 5. Subscriptions is gonna get a 10. Gifts, holidays, travel, and Christmas are all 5. Perfect. So now let's go ahead and write, oh, actually let's calculate our total really quick. So this was 265, but we're gonna take out the 5 because that stays in my checking account, and the 175. So that's $85, and then let's do our wallet. So we're gonna add 10, 50, 50, 30, 35. So we have 260. And that's how much we're getting out of the bank. So for ones, we don't have any ones, so we can do 0. Fives, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tens, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 20s, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is 15, 23. That's how many bills we're getting from the bank. And then we don't need any ones. We need $40 in fives, 80 in tens, and 140 in 20s. So let's see if that equals our number here. Yep. So that equals 260. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get our sticky note. And then we are gonna do 5, 10s, and 20s. So that's it for this week. And we're gonna need 8 5s, 8 10s, and 7 20s. And that's gonna be $40, 80, 140, and then our total is 260. So a smaller cash stuffing this week, but like I said, guys, every little bit counts. So never discredit yourself for saving whatever you can save. It all adds up in the end. It's just about pushing through and saving that little bit and not spending it. So we have our amounts that we're gonna get from the bank, and we have our budget all ready to go. So we are good to go to the bank with this slip and then start cash stuffing for the week. I totally forgot to show you guys the savings challenges, duh. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you what the August challenges look like. So first I'll show you what mine looks like, because I give you guys a more generic one and I make mine more personal. So this is mine for this month. Can you guys tell what the theme is? Yes, no? Okay, it's my husband's birthday month, so all of these icons represent him in some way. So this is still a $50 challenge, but we have a slushie because he loves drinking something cold. He works in the medical field. When I asked him a bunch of questions, and this is what I came up with. He is married to me. He likes to game. He is a Leo. He loves fried chicken or chicken wings. He loves shoes, he likes subs, he loves listening to music, and he loves anime and Ravens football. So I have all of that here. So my challenge looks way different than your guys's, but that's because this is a special month. So I made this challenge special for him, and I already showed it to him and he thought it was super cute. Let's go ahead and round these corners. So I have this. This came with, what did this come with? This came with something that I bought. I think it was my A5 ring punch. And this just came with it because I did not buy this. That came with something. But I just like the rounded edges. I think they look a lot better. But this is the challenge that I will be doing this month. So let me show you guys your challenge that you can download for free. And here we go. So to match the beach vibes of August, I created this seashell theme challenge for you guys. So it's still a $50 challenge. Each seashell is worth $5. And then we have beach vibes here to go with the theme of everything. And I think this is just so cute. So this is what it'll look like when you print it on just regular paper. I print mine on a different, like it's like a off-white and it's a lot thicker. This is just regular computer paper, which is totally fine too. So I just wanted to show you guys the difference. But when you download it, you'll just download it like this, and then you'll cut it down and you're ready to go and start coloring it in. So I just thought this was a cute idea to offer you guys as a freebie. You will be able to find it in the description below if you want to start using this for your August savings challenge. But I just love the way it looks. So that is what we are going to be doing for August. I'm so excited. But thank you all for being by my side throughout this journey, and I can't wait to see where life takes us. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, friends.